everybody. Welcome to the Download Youth Ministry web show. We call this the White Guys edition.
Heyo!
Episode 262.
I'm a guy.
Doug Fields here with Josh Griffin.
Hello.
And our senior pastor, ex-youth pastor, Jason, the Supertone Carson. I'm going to come up with UFC, like WWE name for him.
I like it.
Like Mark the Filipino Wrecking Machine Munoz.
Yep. Here we go. What is it going to be?
Jake the Juggernaut Ellenberger.
And Jason,
the senior
Supertone.
Here we go. Senior Supertone.
The senior Supertone.
The former
Carson.
youth worker, now senior
outside
pastor.
of God's will.
Hey, do you know what we got to do the other day? Supertones just played the grand opening of the 300th In-N-Out store. And
pretty cool.
We played an In-N-Out jingle. It was awesome.
That's great.
How fun is that?
That is
so
really
for
cool.
people listening on the East Coast that haven't experienced God's glory of In-N-Out.
They know about it.
everybody
When we
knows.
toured, everyone says, "You're from Orange County. Is that where In-N-Out is?" Oh, yeah.
Sure is.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I've told you guys the story that when I used to, when you guys were, Supertones were like the biggest name in all of music. When I would be speaking anywhere, I could still remember this one woman going, "Now, where are you from?" I said, Saddleback Church. That's in Orange County. Or, do you know the Supertones?
Nice.
Yeah,
It's true. They were
anyway,
huge. People in Michigan even knew about
Katie,
them. That's how big you were.
Katie Edwards, the Queen.
Yeah.
who's
Where
been
is
on
she?
So many.
Empty
She's
seat today.
out of town. Then we tried to fill it with Jessica Sanchez, who's kind of our go-to number 2 person.
She is.
She bailed on us that she. Well, she has a youth event.
Yeah.
She has a youth event.
Youth event that I'm supposed to be at as well. Heyo. I'm
And
going to
then
right after this.
We said, let's just call the only person that would have the real wisdom at the table today.
And then producer Parker couldn't do it either. So then we asked Kathy.
We asked Kathy Fields, and Kathy said, "Sure, I'll do it." And then my daughter had her wisdom teeth pulled today, and Kathy said she'll be fine. She'll be medicated, be fine. And she called about 10 minutes ago and says, "I'm not coming." I'm like, "Oh my God!" But what do we always say? The show must
go on.
There it is.
Must go on.
All right, so this is probably going to be the worst show in the history of Download Youth Ministry, episode
Can't
262.
wait.
Strong start. We're setting the bar high.
First of all, we want to thank our primary sponsor, Orange. Orange brings in 2015 with a new sponsor.
Yeah.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Here we go.
excited.
Not only are we so excited about this, but the next show, Reggie Joyner, the head of Orange, is going to be
here.
He's going to be
In
there.
studio, on the set.
We will find out if Jason actually gets the free curriculum that I promised.
Oh, really?
For his church start. What do we call it? Church start?
plant?
Church
Sure.
plant.
Yeah.
Church plant. I got this
exciting.
yesterday. The Orange Conference is happening
it's got a good
April
catalog.
29th through the May 1st in Atlanta. The theme is It's Just a Phase. And
I like it.
Josh, we're going
like
to do
it.
a little DYM meets
I'm in.
Orange XP3
Let's do it.
Strong lineup, man.
meetup.
There's Doug Fields. Doug Fields is speaking.
What?
Where's-
Doug Fields? Doug Fields.
Look at
Let's
that good-looking
let's
guy
look for
right there.
Josh's photo.
Oh,
It's in page
nah.
12.
No, it's not even in there.
The workshop.
Am I in the fine print anywhere
Where is
even?
Josh?
No.
Josh is going to be there.
Still believe in
Josh
our
is
primary
going to
sponsor.
be there. Let's talk to him, Reggie, about that.
I'm
next
just going to
week.
attend. I'll just attend.
No,
It's
you're
okay.
speaking here. We're just going to put. I'm going to write this down.
Why isn't Josh in the brochure?
Where's Josh? Okay. This will remind me.
And then free curriculum for Jason. You need that.
Oh, that's been on my prayer list. I feel like I promised it.
Thanks, man.
I promised
Thank
it. It's going to happen.
That's one
then
of
I
our
get this
mottos.
in the mail yesterday
Oh, yeah.
from Youth Ministry 360. It's their magazine, and I look through this and I go, why are they in Alabama?
I agree.
Why are they not in Southern California, and why are we not merging with them? They are
Wine 360, we love you.
They're so good. They have such great stuff. You'd think that being a sponsor of the podcast, we'd get an ad in their magazine,
Right.
but we don't, Josh.
We don't rate high enough.
No, but
Deep pockets. That's what it takes.
Youth Specialties is in it. Student Life is in it. Planet Wisdom is in it. I mean, pretty much everybody, but Download Youth Ministry.
It was a good
is in
run.
it. Yeah.
But we still love you, Wine 360. And this week you can actually use a special promo code.
For what? How much?
Show.
Let's say 10% off.
10% off if you use the code Weasel. Weasel is the code. They don't know that this is going to happen, but when you shop at youthmin360.com, blah, 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 use the promo code Weasel, 10% off. There you go. Enjoy.
How would you spell Weasel?
EL on the end.
E-L?
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but how about the rest of the word?
WEASEL.
There you go.
Is that right?
That's how you spell
I don't
weasel.
know. I'd spell it Weisle.
Should we do another code just to be clear, and you could use either one? Here's another word.
What-
Weasels.
What if they have to put all form of weasels in?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
since they didn't put us in their magazine.
Done.
Okay, the special
11%
code is
off. Weaseled.
for the month of February, 10% off and free shipping.
Oh my goodness. We should
Maybe.
ask them. Maybe, yeah.
10% off for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
10% off. For
If
sure.
you put weasel in there.
Weasel. Just weasel your way into 10% off. I don't know.
All right. Hey,
here we
it's
go.
always so great to be together, you guys. I miss
Love it.
I miss Katie already.
Yeah. Yeah. We know that things could turn south without Katie's here, but there's a little bit of a theme.
Yeah.
And there's also a little something going on in our office that's throwing me off my game a little bit.
Yeah, I hear some talking in the studio today.
McBee and Chip are here, and it's just kind of throwing us off our game a little bit. That's all right.
They're caring for our customers at Download Youth Ministry,
Yeah.
and we're all. I like to think we are too.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Well, normally it's just McBee, but he's
got a friend.
He's got a friend here
Yeah.
today. No, and we're glad his friend is here. Weasel.
Chip off the old block.
All right. Hey, this is from Kevin Bateson. Kevin Bateson, Baltimore.
Bacon?
Yeah. No, this is 14 degrees from Kevin Bateson.
Bateson. Got it.
Only 7 degrees from Kevin Bacon, but here we go. I've watched from the beginning, and I love the show. I've started small groups in our high school ministry this fall, and we don't have enough leaders. What are some ideas for inviting people to become small group leaders?
I like that.
Okay.
It's a good question.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, senior pastor, what do you do?
Gosh, I loved building leaders and finding them and giving them a chance to do something, for the ministry and stuff. So that was always one of my biggest passions.
And you're great at it. Your leaders love you.
Well, finding leaders, though, if you're out like, gosh, we need some and we don't have them, I mean, you really got to get creative probably too, right?
Yeah.
So I think one of the most effective ways is if you get I'm not sure how many people Kevin Bacon has, but if he has let's say he has 5 leaders with him currently and he needs 5 more. I mean, to ask those 5, could you guys go out and find me 1 leader each?
Just a co-leader.
Yeah.
Just find a co-leader.
And start pouring into them.
Yeah.
Start building them up.
Today
to
at
be
lunch, we went out to lunch with Chip.
Yeah.
Chip is one of Josh's great volunteers.
Killer. One of the best.
And
I'd say the best if he was here.
Yeah.
But when he's not here, I'll
he's
say
here.
one
He's
of
the one
the
who's
best.
doing all the talking in the back of the room. But Chip invited his friend Tim,
He did.
and Tim became small group leader.
And Tim on his own would never have done it.
Dad of a 26-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And Chip just invited him. So, I mean,
great.
in some ways, you've got I don't know how old Chip is. He's older than me.
Yeah,
50
I'd say
something.
55 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chip is a volunteer, invites another guy to be as a volunteer.
Perfect.
One of the things.
Easy entry that way.
Yeah. One of the things that we've seen a lot of success in is we kind of have these entry point volunteer roles, like come serve at this event. Like, you don't have to sign up for every weekend from now until eternity, or every youth group forever, or be a small group leader with 5 hours a week. We just say, just come serve at this event. Like, give them a taste, and then see if that introduces them to more. Mm-hmm. And so a great example is a guy, his name is Denny. He's in our youth group right now. Denny. And he is a weekend...
Shout out to Denny.
A little shout out to Denny. He's a weekend leader, so he comes to youth group. And he hangs out, shakes hands with kids, high fives, asks them how about their week, makes people feel welcome, right? Well, this week he comes up to me and he says, hey, I've been thinking about it, I've been praying about it, I want to move to the next level. Can I run a life group?
Love it.
And I was
I
like...
thought you meant sign up for CrossFit.
that
to
too.
the next level.
That is the next level. But I thought, how cool is that? He got a taste of the ministry. He liked it. It was a low commitment, low pressure, and now he's going, you know what? I think I'm ready. And so we're putting him into training, and he'll start as a co-leader this coming week.
Fantastic.
So fun
That's
little
great.
way.
Yeah.
So just give
And
give an entry point.
What if
and
you have
then
a
move
college kid too that's one of those leaders, and they go to a Christian university or something, and what if you ask them, because that's always a great well, isn't it? Have you guys found that?
Huge.
That if you
Absolutely.
know someone one of our local Biola Vanguard, whatever, if you know someone that goes there,
Azusa
and
Pacific
say, hey,
University.
well,
Let's keep it real.
the greatest. if you know one of that goes to those colleges, you could just say, hey, do you have a few strong Christian brothers or sisters that go to this college? Can they come and help us out for a season just to get involved in it.
Yeah.
And then it's a great entry point. So
Yeah. I like it. Okay. What are you looking up in that book? That looks like a good book. Your
Who wrote
first
that?
2 years in youth ministry.
Well, you can see this. It has a gold medallion book award on the cover.
he
like
must
it.
fly a private jet.
Slim pickings that year.
Yeah, no.
84 was a tough year for both.
It was actually the only book printed that year.
We're going to give it this award because there are
Chapter
no
8 called Where Do I Get Help? Working with a team of leaders. And I was just kind of refreshing myself because I think I have like a sidebar, and I do 17 ways to find adult volunteer youth workers. Nice. But I was looking through about how do you get rid of a volunteer, before you remove a volunteer, when you remove the volunteer, after you remove the volunteer. So there's, anyway.
If you wrote it today,
stuff.
would you use the word fire, or would you still stick with remove?
Remove.
Yeah, remove is a little softer.
Yeah, that's me.
So what chapter is that?
That's chapter 8.
Chapter 8.
So
First 2 years in youth ministry. Every youth worker needs that.
Amazon Prime that trash to your house, and you're all set.
By trash, it's a love.
It's
term.
a love. It's a term of endearment.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what the kids are saying
Yeah.
these days.
You'd know as a senior pastor.
Yeah.
You totally
Oh boy.
So senior pastor jokes are flying.
Hey, that's great.
It's going to be the best because you've got, 20 years in youth ministry?
Round up.
24.
Round down. Let's say 25.
No, let's say 22.
Okay.
Let's say 22.
Let's just
I
say
haven't
over
been in the
20.
last 2 years.
Let's say over
20
20.
plus.
Okay.
20 plus.
Yeah, you have been in the last 2 years. Come on.
Ish.
You wouldn't count the last 2 years? You're very kind.
Not
to your
really.
Timeline.
Have I?
Dude.
I've done a few
yes.
things here and there, but no, not really.
Okay.
You're being very kind.
Okay, so over 20 years.
Right.
I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be exciting that over 20 years in youth ministry and now being a senior leader. I'm excited about that.
I am
Yeah.
too.
If you were a woman, I'd be more excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to have 2 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So really, we've got Katie and Josh.
Wow.
No, I mean more feminine.
Yeah.
Than, more feminine.
Wow.
I would agree with that.
Wow.
All right. The question was in developing leaders.
Wow.
We always want to talk about leader treks.
Yeah. we
Visit
should.
leader treks, who are some of our favorite people about merging with us to do student leadership conference this summer.
Yeah, it's coming up this
to
summer.
Do,
Sign up.
every month they create a student
Leadership
resource for our DYM members.
Yeah.
But this person also says, what video resources do you have that we could watch together as training for small groups?
Cool.
And that's easy. We at
Yeah.
Download Youth Ministry, we've got just download a video.
Every single month, you can grab a different video, and we'll be adding more and more. Every month, we obviously add at least one, but we've got tons more planned. We're filming one next week, actually, for a February membership. So
right.
grab them. They're like $10 a piece, or they're free with the membership, which is even better. You get
Every
one
month.
free every month.
Yeah.
So pretty rad.
Still the greatest deal in the history of youth
It
ministry.
is. You want Doug Field Street and your volunteers?
That's what we need right there.
Oh,
DYM,
yeah.
the greatest deal in the history of youth ministry.
Yeah.
Josh
Can we get-
Peacock.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Josh Peacock sends
We
us
just
in
point at people.
via Twitter.
Really?
A tweet.
you can do that?
Yeah, which we don't really take web show
Wow.
questions via Twitter, but we just did.
We just did. That's why we're DYM.
It's a quickie, Josh, just for you.
Oh, great.
What does the relationship between your youth group and the landing look like?
Good
We're in the
question.
process of launching the landing.
Great question. We are in the process.
It's an okay question. It's a very faction
It's small.
segmented question. So
The landing is Celebrate Recovery for students. Celebrate Recovery is like a kind of a addiction recovery, hurts, habits, and hang-ups. It's people that are dealing with junk in their life and need extra care, attention, and love, how to find a way out. So Celebrate Recovery started at Saddleback Church, and then the landing was developed kind of as a student version of that curriculum. Anyhow, we're in the process of relaunching the landing right now.
all right.
Because
you tried it and it didn't work.
It hasn't been working great. If I'm just speaking honest with you, I would say it hasn't been great. What happened
Is
was
it content or leadership?
I hope
You don't want to go. You don't want to go on record.
I really don't want to say either way. I don't know because I'm not sure we've given the content a fair shake, and I'm not sure the leadership has been the right leadership. Whatever, maybe both, maybe neither. I don't know. But here's what I know: it has the potential to really help students. So what we've done is
That might be one afterwards where Josh goes into my office. Hey, Doug, I feel like you kind of,
set me up.
kind of sent me. I mean, first
threw me
you
under the bus.
you mentioned something about me being feminine. And I asked you not to talk about that.
He did before the show
And then
started.
you set me up with that landing question. Okay.
Promo code Weasel. This is what I would say. Right now, our the landing falls under Celebrate Recovery. So the people that are in charge of the adult version of recovery are responsible for the student version. If I had a perfect world, I would say let the student ministry run that. We're experts in students; they're experts in recovery.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a recovery program trying to figure out students, or do you want people that really know students that are going to try to help figure out recovery? Maybe the perfect world is it's run together and it's joint and it's when it's separate. There's a potential for mistrust. There's a potential for invisibility. We control the students, so we're not going to send them to the landing if we don't believe in it, trust in it, think it works. And they're crying, going, "Where are the students? We've got this great program." So the right answer is you got to work together. I think if it's one or the other, it is destined for failure.
Yeah. So is that if you're relaunching it, do you have that working together?
Better than ever,
Yeah.
I would say. Do we have it? No.
Doesn't sound very confident, does it?
Hey, listen, Doug.
There's three things that we need to go.
No, I'll be honest with you. We've had a lot of growing pains with the landing. It hasn't been smooth and successful and wonderful. It's been a little bit difficult.
Wouldn't you say
but
that
that's okay.
in theory, I mean, what a great concept to at least go after the tough issues in youth ministry. How many youth
Absolutely.
ministries do we know that kind of stay away from the tough issues?
Never get to the
Right?
Yeah.
And it's good. And there's kids out there hurting, and I mean, if this could even save one kid from suicide or anything else, I mean.
When we were talking to a family today, and their daughter, their family's perfect. Their family's literally perfect. And no family's literally perfect.
Thank you.
And what's great is she was talking about caring for their daughter and how just underneath this perfect, quote unquote, surface was a whole mess of real life issues. And so every kid is hurting. Every kid needs help. And why would we not bring those things up? How dare the church not address depression, suicide, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So eating disorders, cutting, you name it, it's in your youth group. So we are. We're trying to figure it out.
One of your goals for 2015 to be a little more excited about the landing in a year.
I can. I will. I'm gonna in 3 weeks when it relaunches. We are going all in.
Okay.
We are doing a whole youth group dedicated to it and introing it, promoting it, and so I will be more excited about it. I'm just a little gun shy.
Hey,
keeping it
you
real.
know what? Here's
Keeping
the
it
deal.
real.
No, I love that you keep
Oh,
it real
yeah.
because everything looks better from a distance.
Yeah.
So, here's the church that launched this whole Celebrate Recovery deal, which is amazing, worldwide, unbelievable, the whole bit. And then, did a student version of it, and it's not working at your church.
Right.
And I don't love that. I love that we can be honest about that and go, hey, look, everything looks better from a distance.
Yeah.
As a leader, you just got to know that. That's why you put your head down. You're out, quit looking at the other church, wondering what they're doing. And actually, the next 4 questions I've kind of bunched together.
Okay.
We'll go through them individually, but they're in a similar theme of that. So
right.
Wes Henson says, how do you work out of a funk? I serve in a small church, and I've been here 2.5 years. I find myself fighting against doing what's comfortable instead of taking strides I did at first. I realize 30 months isn't a long tenure, but it is for me, and I'm exploring what it looks like to sustain momentum. Any advice would be appreciated.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've been in a million of those.
Been there.
Yeah, funks are tough. It's the rut, right? It's when you just get stuck and you feel like, gosh, aren't I supposed to live for more than this? And you just feel like everything's falling flat. My prayer life, my devotionals, my ministering to kids, I get up and do a talk, and gosh, that fell flat again. And you're like, gosh, I would love some passion. I would love to feel alive in this. And, the obvious, simple, gosh, this is just such an easy answer, but it's so true, is faithfulness, right? When we stay faithful to what God's called us to do, and we just keep our foot to the plow and say, like, all right, Lord, you've given me this ministry. I feel like I'm in a rut, but I want to stay faithful. And that comes with everything, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's just stay in the Word like 1 chapter a day or something, and just start your day off with God's Word. God, speak to me through this. Change my heart. Give me your joy, right? And that's the trick with the fruits of the Spirit, too, is because if you want joy, it's not like I've got to work out to get bigger muscles, right? Because fruits of the
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, right. but that's the
What?
I think when Christians think that the fruits of the Spirit are something you can try to do, like patience. I got to be more patient. It doesn't work because that's just man's effort. But when the Holy Spirit controls your life, He will produce those kind of fruits in you: love, joy, peace, patience. Right. Yeah. So if this guy needs joy, or anybody listening, like, it's like, submit yourself to the Spirit, be in His Word, be faithful, keep on loving kids, showing up. Seasons come and go, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you outlast those seasons, there's God's glory in it. It's good.
Great fruit on the other side too. I would say that's a great place to start. I think that's the right starting point. Beyond that, kind of just to go practically, I like new a lot. And so I think if you're in a funk, if you're down, I like to try something new. Break out of the mold and go for a new event, a new type of student. New, it really fuels me. I realize it doesn't everybody, but new is a winner to get me out of a funk.
Yeah.
Also, I think this timing, 30 months or whatever it was, is an interesting time, because you come into a ministry and you're like, I got to fix that, let them go, get more help here, take care of this. And like a year or two in, you're like, okay, this thing is good. We're going. It's good. And I think the thrill and adrenaline of like fixing and creating and like, we're going to take this on, it loses some of its luster after that amount of time too. So you are in a normal dip where you go, wow, I was the savior of this place, and now it's kind of going okay. So I think that's a dangerous place to, A, think you're the savior, but B, also realize, man, things are going great, because there's always something for you to adjust, fix, make better, tweak, whatever too.
Yeah, great input. My ad is, I find that when I'm with other people, team, that people get me out of a funk.
Absolutely.
That once I confess it, once I'm not my pastoral, if I'm on a church staff, not the pastoral team, but maybe some key volunteers that I'm working with that I feel safe with. I've also had 30 years of youth ministry experience being a part of a youth ministry team, and I realize that doesn't translate to everybody, because a lot of people who listen were their team.
Sure, yeah.
But rubbing shoulders with people that you really like, you feed off their enthusiasm when you're connected in community with other people.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're all the funk at the same time and you guys are all down at the same
Could
time.
happen, but not always.
You could be a part of a youth ministry community with other youth workers, and you just ask for a more regular time. Instead of us meeting, once a quarter, can we meet once a month? Instead of us meeting once a month, can we meet every other week? I need you guys right now. You don't even know how bad it is. Because when I'm around you, I'm energized. I feel like, okay, I can get on my game. I just feel known, that type of thing. So for me, the more you're connected in community, it's easier for me to get out of a funk that way.
Yeah.
I know, Josh, when you and me and Matt would meet on Monday nights.
The best.
There's something about that Monday nights at Denny's, where Download Youth Ministry was launched.
Right.
That there was excitement of things that we would do and build off one another.
Totally.
And we all had 3 different jobs. We're at 3 different churches.
Yeah.
Where, it wasn't I think that's a transferable piece.
Well, and even I remember coming to some of those late night dinners, kids are in bed, we're hanging out as friends, and also somebody being down. Like me just going, man, this is a tough week, or this is a heavy thing, or this is, and very rarely would all 3 of us, I can't even think of a time where all 3 of us were, kicked while we were down. I feel like we all brought each other up. Somebody was able to share and encourage, and even just
Matt
to be
let
heard.
us know that he was moving to Pismo. That was
Pismoed us. That's different. I just thought of one more thing to add to this. What about starting an intern program? I don't know if this is even the right answer, but
it falls under what you said about starting something new.
A little bit, right? Yeah. Like bring in some people that you can pour into love. Their natural youthful energy will help.
Yeah,
I don't know. Kind of
makes that sound easy, but how do you do that?
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. But you could actually. We have a resource called Starting a Youth Ministry Internship for $8 on the site. You could download.
Really?
And it's really good. It's by Matt Lawson. I would argue it's better than. Well, it's better than what we do for interns. It's really good. See, I'm down on both the landing and our intern program now. Wow.
Ouch.
I'm going to be having a talk with you guys.
We can edit this after it's over.
Yeah.
Does anybody else hear the toilet flushing behind?
I did.
So last week they were installing AstroTurf, and then they just added these bathrooms against our studio.
Yeah, we're moving.
We need to move.
We're moving. We've got like 2 more shows in here.
Okay.
We're going to a new studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're moving to Pismo, everybody.
Jake King
That's a great
we know
name. That's
Jake.
a great name.
Yeah.
Jake King.
DYM member.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The web show is easier to listen to without Matt's cackle.
Oh.
Then he says, just kidding.
And what do you look at me?
No, he says,
I would
said,
too.
just kidding, not really.
Oh, it's still hard to listen to.
He picked up. That sounds like a joke you guys would say. Just kidding. Not really. I've heard
Right.
you guys say that.
I don't think so.
Hurt people hurt people.
Not really. A little bit. Yeah, you did.
What's your view of... Oh, gosh.
Infant baptism? Thankfully, someone finally asked.
Yes.
You know what,
Well,
Jake?
let me tell you my
Jake,
10 points.
here's the deal. I love you, and we're going to answer your question next week. Because I put this in the wrong spot. This isn't... Remember I said I had a
poor
theme
Jake.
going?
Does it say, please don't use my name? What's happening?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, back to the theme. All right.
Jake's
I
like,
kinda
they
had it-
finally answered my question.
Finally.
I have to know today. It's like, no,
We should tweet to Jake, don't listen to the next week's show. You're only going to be hurt.
Yeah. This is from Bobby Pace.
Total weasel.
Bobby Pace. 10% off weasels. What would you say to a student...
Well, who prepped this show? Who prepped this
Here it
show?
is.
I had a good
Here it
joke
is.
on the name. I was going
What
to
was
tell
the
him
guy's name?
he needs to pace himself. Bobby Pace.
Bobby Pace.
That's not a good joke. Don't
He
preface
loves it.
Don't preface humor by saying, "Here's a good joke. This is going to be funny."
Too much.
You guys are going to love
What are
this.
you drinking there? Mountain Dew? What is that?
It's Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew?
No.
You know,
Just straight
the
Mountain
senior
Dew.
pastor's humor.
Yeah. The bar.
So stuff that's funny. So we'll keep you in community.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you accountable.
Appreciate
that.
Your humor is accountable.
All right, here it is.
Sure.
Here it is. God
Okay.
bless. Please don't read my name. Maybe
wow.
I can pismo this thing. I have been the director of students and recovery.
Oh.
The
You know, there's a
Landing.
great program called The
The
Landing.
Landing.
You should check out.
Doesn't work in Saddleback.
Oh,
but
no, it does. We're going to get it right.
it is
this time.
going to. It should.
I have faith.
Yeah,
JG.
if you get involved with it,
Am I red? Am I hot right now?
get involved with it.
I probably
Make it
need
happen.
to.
Everything rises and falls in leadership.
You're right. The landing is my fault. That's
There you go.
fair.
Thank
That's
you
the
for
truest
admitting
thing that's
that.
been
Wow.
said today.
I'm the director of students in recovery for about 2 months, unpaid,
Wow.
at a small inner city church, about 100 to 120 members.
Love it. God bless you. That's great.
It was initially supposed to be an internship, as I'm still an online student at Liberty University. Liberty University. Let's just pause for a second.
Yeah,
They crush on online.
they do.
They are.
They do.
So many people get their degrees Liberty Online.
Yeah, we got a couple people in our volunteer team that are even doing Liberty Online.
Why are they not doing APU online?
I don't know. Does APU offer an online course?
God.
No, that was a setup. That's
No,
a
it
tee up.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. Don't.
I'm
play
teeing
that.
him up.
No,
This is time for you to plug Azusa Pacific University. Go.
no. Just you want to get your master's, join us. I have 2 young kids, one in preschool and one I watch all day at home when my wife works. Between schoolwork, watching the kids, prepping 2 teaching lessons a week,
Yikes.
I have very little time for my own walk with the Lord. I love teaching, I love the ideas I have for our ministry, but my relationship with God is suffering. I have time in the day that I should use for my personal study of God's Word and prayer, but by the end of the day I'm so tired I just play Xbox or watch sports. As mentioned, I have ideas on how to grow and enhance our student ministry, which is about 20 students, but it seems to fall on deaf ears when I try to gain support or permission from my pastor. Ideas include moving the night from Tuesdays, which is the night that Awana and adults, and then he goes on to explain some of the ideas. Typical answers are, that's asking too much out of our people, or people already know what ministries we have, or the music will be distracting, or we'll see. I've thought about quitting and trying to find a paying job somewhere else, but I don't want to leave the church holding the bag. I felt called to the area and wanted to come here and get some ministerial experience while I finish my degree. I feel as though I would be more inclined to spend my time wiser, spending it with God, if I weren't so discouraged about ministry. This is only month 2. Should I talk to the pastor? Should I step down? Or should I pismo this thing?
He did really say Pismo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
That's good.
Please don't use my name.
Strong.
Yeah.
Well, Jake Pace. Poor Jake, man. I feel bad about Jake.
Yeah,
I feel like
we'll-
you should go back to
we'll
that.
get to
This
him.
show.
We'll
I
get
feel-
to Jake.
I feel like Jake is watching
Next
this show
show.
right now and he's disappointed.
It's all right.
Next week.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
let's answer this.
What do you got for
You know
this?
what? You can't please everybody.
That's true.
That's what I'm going to tell Josh when he comes in my office afterwards. Josh, sorry.
You know, leaders are going to disappoint people.
That's right.
And we're disappointed in you. That's what he's going to say to me.
I'm going to give you a year, Josh, to get the landing under control. All right.
Yeah. Well, what's great about Please Don't Use My Name and a question like this is it could be any or every youth worker in the country because we have all experienced this. Even if it's not a right now thing, we have all experienced periods of
and that's
spiritual
why
dryness.
The funk.
Yes, the funk. I think it's somewhat related. Yeah. I think you do have to take care of your own soul and your own self. I mean, as well as helping other people. Some say before. If you're not taking... whatever. I get it. But... I think you can fake it for so long, and then at some point, you're gonna crash and burn. You're gonna make bad decisions. You're gonna burn out. You're gonna fall. You're gonna be so empty that you're over it. So you have to take care of yourself. That is a absolute principle.
Yeah, personal soul care, absolutely. It's got it somehow in the midst of all this busyness. I mean, if he's an unpaid intern, well, he's still, then some things can wait, I'd say. Like, he has to take first his care, and I don't know his schedule and what he has totally on his plate, but if you're 2 months in and feeling that,
well, I'll tell you what, let me just remind you what he's got on his plate. He's got 2 young kids, one in preschool and one that he watches all day while his wife works. He's doing online school, and he's a volunteer at a small church where he's got 20 kids in the youth group. So he's got a lot going on.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's real. And it's big, but I would say if you can get up for 15, 20 minutes and just set yourself for the day, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, don't you think there are times, I mean, obviously my kids are older than all of your kids, but your kids are getting up there. How old are your kids?
10, 8, 6, and 3.
Okay, so you're still in that crazy zone.
In the thick of it, bro.
Yeah. But, there were times where Kathy and I would help each other out in terms of, there were times, we don't anymore.
Yeah, that's over.
No, there were times when you could just see, like, okay, I need some time alone. And even though I was tired, and that's actually where I got my Diet Coke drinking habit is, it was Diet Pepsi at the time. I would stop by Taco Bell on my way home from church just for 30 minutes. And I wouldn't do... It was the one in Rancho Santa Margarita. We used to live down there, and I'd drive to that Taco Bell every day, and I had the newspaper. And so this, when my kids were little.
Like a physical piece of paper with news printed on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I would
Sounds interesting.
I would read the newspaper.
Yeah.
I didn't brainstorm youth ministry stuff. I didn't try to return calls. I just kind of put everything aside, and I just needed a half hour to just detox my church world. Just read the sports page. You just do something brainless. Yeah. Drink some caffeine, and then go home. Because I knew that Kathy had been in the zone all day watching the kids. That when I came through the door, she was going to need some help, and I was going to have to be on again, even though I'd been on all day at church. And I would say to this guy, he needs to figure out something like that with his wife. His wife has worked all day long. She's going to be tired as well. But even if we take turns for one another, there are seasons of life when you just have to do that. You have to go, okay, look, tag, you're it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm I mean, I remember coming home one time. Tori was real little, so she's 26, and I don't know how old the other kids are. Mom's been in the bathroom for a long time. You might want to check on her. And she just went in and shut the door to read. Just, they were old enough where they could kind of play by themselves, but, she was just being yanked and grabbed and touched and sticky, and she just give me a little bit of time. So that's what I would say to this guy. Like, you got to figure that out. Sit down face to face with your wife and go, okay, when am I going to have some time where I'm not, when you're in school, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Any of you in school and doing ministry, I think the busiest time of your life. I did full-time ministry, full-time seminary.
Well, and young kids.
Worst time.
Worst time
together.
Wow.
That's like
serious.
Life overload. You don't know what a TV is. I mean, so even there, I understand when he says, I just want to watch sports and do Xbox.
Play some Xbox.
You just want to detox.
Yeah.
but to have some time where even it is, she takes over for a little bit and you step outside for an hour to journal, to to read the Psalms, to do something where you refresh yourself, not just detox and read the newspaper or Xbox or whatever, but do something that uplifts your soul. Anyway, all that to say, I think there's something in when your kids are younger and you're always on, because you're always on at church.
Right.
So.
Well, I appreciate him or her, whatever, admitting this to us, because it's tough to admit this in a church setting. It's tough to admit it when you're supposed to have it all together. You're supposed to be perfect. And part of the reason he or she has to say, please don't use my name, is because we aren't allowed to be vulnerable and weak and dry and empty. And I think the first step is to say, I have an issue here. And if you don't address it, you won't be in youth ministry very long.
Yeah,
you won't serve the church.
Think about how he's only been there 2 months.
Yeah, if this is 2 months in, 2 years, you're not going to make it to 2 years.
And we didn't address either too. He said that he's getting shut down and all these ideas, and they're giving these reasons that aren't gelling with him. So I mean, I without knowing the situation, the two thoughts I had on that was, number one, if you know that this is just not a fit at all, like if you're getting shut down everywhere and there's like you aren't on board with them and they're not on board with you, maybe it's time to move along and not waste years ahead. But I'd also say on the flip end of that, if you just got there and it's not even 2 months, put your roots down.
Yeah, relax a little bit.
Learn to roll with the. There's someone that's been there longer than you. And boy, as a senior pastor, you're looking for people to come in and serve open-handedly and not have to have things their way.
What you're trying to say is pace yourself.
Yeah,
that's really. I mean, legitimately, what you're saying is look at your pace, bro. You're 2 months in. Relax a little bit. It's going to be okay. And I would also go, is there anything you can take off your plate? Because if you're responsible for the youth ministry, the recovery program, obviously your kids, they're on your plate, man. Sorry. School, maybe you've taken too many classes. Maybe there is a way to dial back a little bit. See if that's an option. Yeah. Realistically, that's much easier to say than do as a person who's 10 minutes late for everything because I'm overcommitted. I get it.
But pace yourself.
Pace yourself.
Mr. Pace.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't say his name, but we know enough of you to pray for you, to know that you're not alone, to know that probably 20% of the people who listen to this are in your position as well, who don't feel listened to, who are tired, who are struggling with this thing. But 2 months is too early to step down. It's you need to. I'm just going to go strong and say it's too early to step down. Have a significant conversation. Here's how I'm feeling. Here's where I could use some help. But you also need to look at your wife, and you guys figure out some time where you're not just playing Xbox and watching sports at the end of the day. That's not wise either.
Yeah,
it's good.
Okay, we got to end this thing.
Okay, there you go. Those are good questions.
We're in the world of shorter shows.
I like it. I like it. We'll do another one with the Orange folks next week, right?
And about our buddy Pace too.
Yeah, hopefully
we'll get back. Sorry about that, guys.
Are we gonna let Jason come back next week, or is this?
No, Jason's back.
Okay,
Jason's back.
Should we put him in the intro, even the little motion thing?
I
on
think
the video
so.
Version?
Parker, get his act together.
All right,
make that happen.
Note to producer Parker.
Yeah. Yes and yes.
All right,
is what I like to say. That's what I like to say as a leader, Josh. Yes and yes.
We're gonna talk right after the show.
All right.
Great show. See you guys next week.